I don't have to have enough power to hurt him. I just got to beat him. That's it. If he slip up, then, you know, he will get hurt.
And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity.
With the fight getting closer, Terence Crawford remains fully confident in what he brings to the table, ready to face the test head-on. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez relies on his years of experience, pointing out that he's battled top-level opponents like Crawford many times before. He's determined to use every bit of his skill and ring knowledge to come out on top. As both fighters gear up, the pressure keeps rising, with each man aiming to prove he's the one who truly belongs at the top.
With this.
I've been in this sport like so many years. I've had so many good fights in my career, and I had the experience to adapt myself to these kind of fighters. I fight everybody out there, every style, and I'm gonna do my job and put all my experience, all my talent there, and that.
Terence Crawford steps into this fight full of confidence, clearly believing he can handle anyone in front of him. His calm and assured presence at press events shows a fighter who trusts his skills and preparation. But when you look at the numbers, there's more to consider. Canelo Alvarez has 67 pro fights under his belt, many of them against top-tier opponents, giving him a level of experience that's hard to match. In comparison, Crawford's 41 fights, though strong, don't quite measure up to Canelo's time in high-pressure bouts. That difference in experience could play a major role once the fight starts, as those small split-second decisions often decide who wins.
Know how great Terence Crawford is, but they don't know how great Terence Crawford is at 168.
Terence in his bag right now. He's going third person, you feel me? But yeah, like Terence has every right to talk his shit, literally here. He's being respectful and fair play, but the questions are the ones he's asking, the ones he knows are being asked. What's he look like at 168? Can he take the power? Is he going to be too small? Is he going to be able to deal with Canelo's experience over time, right? Even though Terence is the older fighter, he has, I think, 20 less fights than Canelo does, or maybe more. I think more than 20. And also, you know, competition level. This will be the most skilled, most experienced, biggest, strongest fighter that Terence Crawford's.
Canelo has spent his career going toe-to-toe with some of the toughest fighters in the sport. These high-level matchups have tested everything from his stamina to his strategy, helping him grow and sharpen his instincts. Crawford, meanwhile, hasn't faced that same level of top-tier competition yet. He's looked dominant against strong opponents, but hasn't had to adapt to the power and ring smarts of fighters like Triple G. This difference in experience at the highest level could impact how the fight plays out, possibly giving Canelo an advantage when the pressure rises.
Everything is on Terence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that all that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game. And if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion.
Roy Jones Jr. offers a thoughtful take, pointing out that Crawford's biggest challenge will be dealing with Canelo's power. He explains that strong technique can often beat size and strength. If Crawford can handle the pressure, his sharp timing, movement, and fight IQ might shift the momentum in his favor. Jones stresses that solid basics like timing, positioning, and knowing what's coming can cancel out raw force. In the end, it all comes down to whether Crawford's skills can hold up against the heavy shots Canelo is sure to deliver.
So far, there's some pushing and shoving going on. The weight difference is a big factor as well.
I pay no attention to the pushing and shoving. I pay no attention to the weight factor. What I pay attention to is the skill level that both guys show in and out of the ring. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity. And with Canelo, I see a guy who not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Always tried to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights. not gonna always win them, but he always try to give them to us. So he'll be a guy that, if he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch.
Yeah. You said you don't think, or you don't look into the weight difference. Why?
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much. Only thing that matters with the weight is, can you take the punch? And I'm sure you've been sparring with super middles and light heavies, so I'm sure you probably can take the punch. So that's the only thing when you got skill. Now, if you don't have a skill, you can't take the weight, take it up, because you're gonna lose your punch, you're gonna lose everything. But when you got skill, all your stuff that you have.
Shaquille O'Neal, a vocal supporter of combat sports, firmly believes Crawford will come out on top. He backs this prediction with Crawford's history of dominating opponents through precise technique and unwavering drive. Shaq views Crawford as the more skilled fighter and thinks that edge could lead to a knockout. His view adds to the buzz and also shows how divided fans and experts are about how these two fighter styles will play out in the ring.
I was talking about the one fight right now, Terence Crawford versus Canelo. Who do you got?
I gotta go Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford?
Yeah.
Why?
He's the best ever.
Really? You think he's the greatest ever?
Yeah.
Over Ali, Muhammad Ali? I didn't know you were a big Terence Crawford fan like that.
You have to understand that there's eras, and in different eras, you can bring out the titles. Like, for example, Joker's the best big man ever.
Right.
And I don't like.
You put Joker over you as the best big man? Oh.
Different eras and different time. It's not my era, not my time now.
True.
It's their time. So he's the greatest big man in the NBA right now. So I let the people decide who's that. But right now, Terence Crawford is the best.
So
and Floyd, because Floyd has never lost.
So how does Terence beat Canelo? Decision?
He's
or
gonna knock him out.
He's gonna knock Canelo out?
Yes, man.
So they're gonna have the fight at the Vegas Stadium, Raider Stadium. You're gonna be there?
I heard it was off.
No, it's back on.
Okay,
now it's back on. It's in September 13th in Vegas.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You'll be there. Front row?
Of course.
All right, cool.
Trainer Robert Garcia highlights that Canelo hasn't looked as sharp in recent fights compared to his earlier days. He believes this slight dip in form could give Crawford a real chance. According to Garcia, timing is key in boxing, and Crawford might be catching Canelo at just the right moment. From this angle, the outcome may come down more to momentum and game plan than experience alone.
I would probably say Crawford versus Canelo, because it's a fight that that most of the people don't give Crawford a chance because of the size, but he's got skills, man. He's got skills. He's got good speed, good footwork. That's why I do give him a chance.
You do give Crawford.
I do give Crawford a chance, of course. Canelo's last few fights, he does his work. He gets work done, but never does that little extra to please or to. He knows he doesn't need to anymore, so he's just comfortable enough with just securing the win. He became a businessman, and I think that could be something in favor of Crawford, that if he comes out in his best and good footwork, Canelo is flat-footed. He his last fight, especially against the runner, he was throwing one punch at a time. Didn't even try to be aggressive and get him into the ropes, throw combinations of 4 to 5 punches. He never even tried that. So I think at this stage, I am giving Crawford a big chance of maybe pulling it out.
Manny Pacquiao shares a thoughtful and respectful opinion on comparing top fighters. He explains that every boxer has their own style, strengths, and strategy, so it's not fair to compare them directly. Pacquiao believes fans should value each fighter for who they are instead of focusing on rivalries or legacy talk. His message is clear: the Canelo versus Crawford fight should be appreciated for what it is, not measured against others.
Manny, what do you make of Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Floyd Mayweather?
Crawford what?
Better than Floyd Mayweather. Canelo said that.
Crawford can beat.
Crawford said Canelo. Canelo said Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think? What's your assessment?
There's a different style, they're both good fighters, so it's hard to compare yourself to others.
Do you think? Thank you guys. We gotta go. Mayweather did against Canelo. Do you think he can do any of that?
What, Canelo?
Can Crawford do any of what Mayweather did against Canelo?
that's a good fight, man. You know,
Canelo's team has shared that a big part of his training is centered on controlling the ring by cutting off angles and slowing Crawford's movement. The goal is to stop Crawford from setting the pace or keeping distance. This approach fits perfectly with Canelo's style, as he performs best when he can pressure opponents up close and land strong combinations. Whether or not Canelo can stick to this strategy may decide if Crawford gets to fight on his terms or ends up overwhelmed and unable to move freely.
You see here, Saul Canelo Alvarez reveals his training to cut the ring off against a highly versatile fighter in Terence "Bud" Crawford coming up September 13th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Terence Crawford have the ability to switch from southpaw to orthodox, and Terence Crawford can also box on his toes and has a lot of power. What y'all think? Will this work? Let me know.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's trusted trainer, speaks with calm confidence about their approach. He shares that Crawford's training has covered every possible situation they might face. While they fully respect Canelo's skills, Bomac is sure that Crawford can adjust and rise to the moment. That belief doesn't come from hype, but from the intense preparation, smart planning, and tough sparring sessions they've put in throughout camp.
Somebody like that, like a Canelo, and not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too. You know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skill?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you that. He'll get the job done. You know, because you know, Bud IQ, boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, I'm not taking nothing away from him, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that? What happened at the press conference there as the first war of words?
That's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one. The first day he walked in the gym to where we at now. We haven't lost yet. Okay? He got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no losses.
Kell Brook offers a unique and important view, having gone up against both Golovkin and Crawford. He points out that Canelo is a different kind of challenge, someone who blends power, accuracy, and fight intelligence at a very high level. While Brook respects Crawford's speed and sharp strategy, he warns that Canelo's experience in high-stakes fights makes him a serious threat. According to Brook, Crawford will need to be at his absolute best, both physically and mentally, if he wants to come out on top.
It's a wow fight, you know what I mean? It's 2 supreme athletes fighting against each other, but you've got to sway towards Canelo. Crawford's gonna have to, move up, and I know when I boxed Golovkin, there's a big difference, especially with someone that, fighting a middleweight, a mediocre world champion's okay, but when you're fighting someone like, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish, I have to lean towards Canelo, but, Crawford's very, very, very good.
You think Crawford's still got the legs? Obviously, he's very much got great IQ in the ring, but he's very much a good mover as well. Do you feel like he's still got the legs to be maybe out-moving Canelo if he needs to?
Well, I don't know. I think when we look back at Mayweather when he beat Canelo, he's a mover. Crawford's not really like Mayweather in that aspect. He's more, he kind of sets his feet and he's cute with how he approaches chucking shots and moving. You know what I mean? I think it's a different fight to Mayweather, and Canelo's obviously a different fighter from when he boxed Mayweather. But like I say, it's one of them what we've got to tune into and watch. Both unbelievable fighters, but I'd have to favour Canelo. Just his size and
Crawford's greatest strength in the ring is his ability to quickly read opponents and change tactics on the fly. This flexibility has thrown off even the most experienced fighters. Going up against Canelo, that adaptability will be key. Crawford will have to react to Canelo's rhythm, strength, and defense as the fight unfolds, spotting chances that others often miss. His ability to stay ahead and make the right moves in the moment could be the difference in this high-pressure matchup.
Crawford, on the other hand, he has been walking down his fighters, and people don't see that but me. For some reason, when I had that tape, people were screaming cat. And it's like David Evanesia, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Gamboa, a Mean Machine. Even against Madrimov, the way he won the fight was by fighting. It wasn't Floyd Mayweather sticking. This guy has been too athletically gifted, and I mean explosive, hard punching, and too strong for his ops. When he's in orthodox, he boxes more. When he switches, he becomes a puncher. And now he's coming out southpaw. He ends you. He is not, you gotta watch him fight. He does do athletic things where his hands and his feet work together, and he catches you for sure. But what he mostly do is he punishes and he bullies his ops, because he walks you down and whips your ass.
Turki Alashika's support for the fight gives it a sense of international importance. His belief in the event scale shows that this is more than just a meeting between two top fighters. It's a major cultural and sports moment. With Alashik backing it, the fight is guaranteed to be promoted at the highest level, drawing global attention and raising the pressure on both sides.
Wonderful. Because we are two fighters. We are two fighters. True fighters. True, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters. Huh? Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course. They need to talk and talk shit about the fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters. They want to put a great fucking fight. Yeah. We don't need to talk. I am sure in the end in the mid of September we will have one of the greatest fights ever happen in boxing. And I am sure.
Dana White's role in promoting this fight brings a unique blend of boxing and MMA worlds together. Known for his strong marketing game, White is expected to bring fresh strategies that could attract a wider audience to boxing. His involvement shows just how big this event is, pushing it beyond typical sports circles and making it one of the year's most talked about matchups.
Unrelated to this fight, but Turki made it seem like you weren't going to be promoting the Terence Crawford Canelo fight. Is there anything you can kind of clear up on that?
He made it feel like I wasn't?
Yeah, well, he said that someone else was promoting it. He didn't say no TKO, he just didn't include your name in a tweet, and people kind of freaked out online about like, where'd Dana go?
I'm going to tell you what's awesome, man. So there's a lot of fucked up things about boxing, but they don't say shit. I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing. If we sign a deal, I gotta fucking get on my phone quick and go, hey, we just fucking, because 90,000 people will be out there talking about it. These guys don't talk. I'm promoting the fight.
Nico Ali Walsh shared insights into Crawford's training, pointing out that he's been sparring with bigger opponents to mimic Canelo's power. This move shows Crawford knows size and strength will matter in the fight. According to Walsh, Crawford is preparing smart, making sure the weight gap won't decide the result.
People with Canelo before Canelo's last fight, but then after Canelo's last fight, it seems like it's more 50-50 now. So everything is just the buildup for that fight is just going to be absolutely magnetizing. Like that fight, it's garnered so much more buzz after Canelo's last fight, and Bud is Bud. He's one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. He is one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. So it's going to be a fight. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Have you sparred any of them?
I haven't sparred Bud yet. I haven't been in Canelo's camp. I've met Canelo a few times. I love Canelo's team. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. He's been my favorite fighter for the longest time. But you know, I have to be Team Bud because me and Bud are cool, and I have so much belief in Bud, and I know who he is as a fighter. He is one of the greats. So he could do anything, you know, he wants.
And being around both of them and seeing how they work and train and things like that, What makes both of them the fighters they are, in your opinion?
I've watched Bud, so for Bud in particular, he's calm in everything he does, and that kind of calm is scary to watch because it shows experience. You can see that he's been doing this for ever.
Oscar de la Hoya offered a grounded perspective, praising Crawford's talent but warning that size and strength might be the difference. He reminded fans that no matter how skilled a fighter is, physical realities matter, and excitement shouldn't overlook the importance of fairness and safety in the ring.
William who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, Fact Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, this is the truth again, it's a money grab.
Teddy Atlas shared a thoughtful take, saying the fight between Crawford and Canelo is just as much about mindset as it is about strength. He believes Crawford's smarts and careful planning could balance out Canelo's size edge. For Atlas, this is a mental showdown where focus, heart, and the ability to adjust will decide who comes out on top when the fight ends.
He's too big, and, Crawford, as good as he is, he stepped up with Maximoff, and he struggled a little bit. He won, but it was more competitive than we thought. Well, we didn't understand how good Maximoff was because we underestimated him because he only had 10 pro fights, but he had 300 amateur fights. He was a good, solid fighter, right? And he's on this card, of course, but he was a good, solid fighter. We didn't understand that, so we started to knock down Crawford a little bit because our expectations.
That's it for today's video.